and they are willing to change the community together. So trust me. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. So um we want to talk about the Indiana Young Men Association first, and later on we're going to move to something different. So while we are here right now, I'm asking everybody to please share this show. Trust me, when you see me keep looking on the side, looking at my camera person, they're saying my image is not too clear because they are watching it. But just make the camera person understand, I'm a dark guy, so it's just obvious that it will not just be as white as she thinks it's gonna be. So please share this show tonight because it will be a very good thing for all of us to be part of this show tonight. And I can rest assure you, you won't miss anything, and you're gonna enjoy it. Tonight's show is it's a bomb. It's a bomb. The bomb you have long been waiting to hear all along. Tonight you're gonna hear it on this platform. You're gonna hear it on the Logan's Hour from the horse's mouth. And so many things will be discussed as well, but we will also appreciate our guys, the Indiana Young Men Association, and we appreciate some other people from the community who are at the program. So tonight, share this show. Trust me, I'm going to share this show as well. So, um, first of all, in passing, we will, as usual, when we come here, we talk about some of our community issues, and we talk about events that are coming up. And tonight, uh, don't forget, the other day I said it here, and I don't want none of you forget about it. August 13th, I still reminding you people, August 13th will be one of our friend and brother, Honorable Jan Volula. They're going to be Honorable Jan Volula and his beautiful wife, Jennifer. They're going to be getting married on August 13th in the Green Pasture War Outreach International Lighthouse Assembly. So save the date and get ready for Mr. Jan Volula and his beautiful wife, Jennifer. They're going to be getting married. So, it is a good thing to do. So I'm calling on everybody in Indiana here to show up at Mr. Jan Volula's wedding. So the Young Men Association over the weekend, they did a marvelous job. They did a marvelous job. And sitting behind this microphone tonight, I swear, to just say I really appreciate it is an honest statement. Because the manner in which these guys conducted themselves is very unprecedented. To find a group of guys who unite for common cause, conduct a program at a park, subsequently at a hall, and there was no argument, no fighting, so many things. Man, up to now, I went to bed and I got up, I look at the guys and I look at the kind of remarkable work they did, and I'm still confused, man. Because normally what we used to after these programs, you hear that, oh, at the program there was a fight and this was disorganized and that was disorganized. So well to him, man. They were like, this is unprecedented. One of the elders of the community called me and he said, Logan, your guys, I'm so proud of them. And my son, he's 17 years old. Can he be a part of this group? And I told him yes. But the age requirement is 18 and above. But what we normally do in this kind of situation, we find one of our member who will be mentoring him, who he will always seek guidance from, who will talk to him about how to go about in society, how to date woman, and how to do so many things, how to be focused when it comes to his schooling, and uh, and make sure the person going to be checking on him. So we provide mentorship as well. And the old man said, "You sure? Is that real?" I said, "Yes. That's why I make this group unique." Can you imagine this group been together for 6 good years? They've been through team and they've been through take. And up to today, they are holding together. And what amazes me is that they are more stronger than ever before. This group, Indiana Young Men Association, they are more stronger than ever before. I'm so overjoyed that people of the community now, they are looking up to this group for guardians. The younger ones are looking up to the group for guardians. Even some of the older ones stretching hands and making sure that yes, this group, the way we have seen them all the time, I think they make sense to see a peaceful transition from one democratically elected president to another democratically elected president. Trust me, I haven't seen anything in a long period like that. All I've seen when we all converge as young people is about confusion, it's about power struggle, it's about who more smarter than their friend, who went to IUPUI and get a bachelor and get a master and get whatever. But this time around, in our MA, you don't see that. You don't see somebody try to outshine somebody's opinions or outshine somebody because they get some paper for some school. Everybody is considered equal in the first place. Tonight, the young people of our MA, they demonstrated to the community. Now we have a new president, Mr. Arvin Sa Bangila. Mr. Bangila was elected as the face of Indiana Young Men Association. This is Mr. Arvin Bangila. He's the new president. And first of all, I want to say a very big thank you to Sis Fasia Hilton. She administered the oath of office and it was so colorful. Look at this picture. See the president smiling as he take on power. There you go. Gentlemen, you guys brought tears to my eyes. That night when I was speaking and I said to myself, I can believe that this thing that we started and then people thought it couldn't just go for a year. It would be some of the other groups where when you started, everybody come with how smart they are, how extrovert they are. And after a few days, the group is just going to break down. And up to today, the group is even more stronger than before. See the kind of transition. The outgoing president standing, smiling, and looking at power to shift, to be changed from hands. Who have seen this before? Because of this same kind of transition, it brought war in Liberia. And even at the program, when these four Hemsong guys, the president, the vice president, the secretary general, and the financial secretary, when they were inducted into office, there was this part that I rarely do enjoy that has to do with the certification. Hold on. The person that calling me, who are you? Mr. Lincoln. Oh, just a second, folks. Let me take this call. Bro, the love cannot just stop coming. The older folks just keep calling and just keep telling us how we need to do better, how they are proud of us. And I'm so overwhelmed to all of the old folks who have reached out to us, who have called to express how satisfied they are with the young people participation in their community. We want to say thank you, people. Thanks to every one of you people. Because of you, we are conducting ourselves very well. Because of you people. And we will not stop. We will not stop. Because, like I said, right? Some of the calls that I receive for some of the elders in the community are like, I can't believe you've been following our activities. And some of them like, yeah, we've been following you guys, though we not the type that talk much, and we just watch you people doing your thing, and we were just looking to see what you guys going to stand in terms of how the community goes and how you people shape the opinions of young people. And Mr. I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Samba, the father of Mr. Sawenda Samba. You see, kudos to to Dr. Samba. Dr. Samba is one of the old people in the community from the very beginning of this group. He has been involved with this group. I remember the first inauguration ceremony took place in Dr. Samba basement. That's how far we have gone. To tell you how we are consistent, we are ready for change. We are not too many, but we are ready for intensive transformation. And we will not stop. I can rest assure you, we will not stop. I did program to tell you that we believe in diversity. We believe in the opinions of everybody. We do not take anything so personal. We just talk about it when the issues come out. We even call people who do not align with us in terms of our ideas. They presented certificates. It doesn't mean when you oppose us, when you try to scrutinize us, then you are our enemy. No, this group do not have enemy. The group is fully prepared to change this community for good. And we are open and we will do it. Thanks to Sis Fasia Hilton. She received the first certificate from Mr. Ase Gofen. Mr. Ase Gofen, thank you for at least playing your role on this program. And we really do appreciate you. Thanks to Mr. Arvin T. Penner, the former president of the Liberian Association of Indiana. He presented the second certificate to Mr. Philip S. Logan, the outgoing president of Indiana Young Men Association. And thanks to Mr. John Z. Akwe, he presented the third certificate to Mr. Watkins Johnson, who's the financial secretary of this all-important group. And a very big thank you to Mr. Julius Parker, who's presented the fourth certificate to Mr. Ernest Mallison. And also a very big thank you to Mr. James Balakaba. He's presented the certificate to our brother Sawenda Samba, who he been knowing for a good length of time now. The both of them play soccer. They are both were involved with transforming the community. And today it was at the program, it was an opportunity for him to present this certificate to his own good friend. And trust me, it was colorful. And his remark when he presented the certificate, he said this, and I remember everybody was like, what he's saying? He said, listen. I'm not just here to present certificate. I'm also here to tell you people how far this guy and myself, we have come. This is not just today. This has been a very long time. A very long time coming. And I really appreciate Mr. Cabal. I appreciate everyone who at the program. And it was a very good program. And we appreciate the community so much for standing with us. The community make this possible for us. So for some of you who wasn't at the program, I want to say a very big thank you for also supporting us from wherever you were at the time, because we know something happened that was very strange. The night of the program, it was a real thunderstorm. It was a heavy rain, and I received calls from a lot of people how they couldn't be at the program because of the rain and because of the thunderstorm. We all appreciate it, and even my sister supposed to be at the program as well, and she couldn't make it due to circumstances that were beyond her control. But all of those that make it through the rain and were able to get at the program and celebrate with us, we say kudos to you. We say we respect that. We appreciate your efforts for leaving your home and making it at the program. We knew that it wasn't just easy for you to get into that rain and make it at the program. And I want to say a very big thank you to my team first, the Indiana Young Men Association. I told you guys been on camp, but something happened at the game. I spoke to my goalkeeper and two of my defender, and they said the reason why they couldn't perform to expectation because they were suffering from fatigue. Because I put these guys into intensive training to the point where some of them have muscle sore. So at the game, they couldn't just sprint the way they normally sprint for ball. So at the end of the day, the Congolese team they won the game by 4-1. So it was a good game, but I think I will take advice from this game and realize that my guys they need some rest before game because they were in the hotel and just kept training for all of those while, and some of them have muscle sores. So I want to say a very big thank you to all of my guys who played this game. You see them; they are all big players, but the Congolese guys they are in shape as well. But it was a beautiful game. But the only difference is that my guys were suffering from low fatigue because of the low training, intensive training that they went through. So for some of you who were able to be at the program, so we will first just give you some little abscess from the pack event. Then we go to okay. Let's just give you a little access from the hall. We're going to play two major things that happen at the hall. We'll play the president inauguration speech, and then we will play the outgoing president first. Then we'll play the president inauguration speech. So we want you to just listen and listen to what happened at the hall. Thank you.
The program is a big one. We have remarked our outgoing. Hello, testimony. We have remarked by our current president, Mr. Philip S. Logan. Want you to go down low, want you to find it flow. Mama, you rock the show, ready to spend it on. I know the you know shit, I know the you know that for check. My love, you dance, you ready now, yeah. You dance with the moon style. It's me and you, mama, know stress. I want to dance up in God bless you, DJ. I appreciate it so much.
All right. So I see everybody walking up and down. So can we all please sit there, please? All right. So Mrs. Logan, Mr. President-elect, Mr. Vice President, other elected officials, Sis Pasia Hilton, visitors, and regular sympathizers with the Indiana Young Men Association, distinguished platform guests, this is our image. Well, tonight I'm here to make my last remark as the president, of the Indiana Young Men Association. First of all, I'm sorry, I'm getting so emotional. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you to all of my guys who have worked with me over the time since team when we took over this all important institution. Mrs. Wenda Sama is considered as the Malcolm X of our organization. Mr. Emerson Duo is considered as the Martin Luther King of our organization. And serving as president and having these tough guys, it wasn't just easy. It wasn't just easy. But I want to stand here tonight to appreciate all of the members of Indiana Young Men Association, specifically the community. Yeah. The community allows us to work and operate in the little space that we all have today. Well, I won't be too long here tonight, but since today is our 6th anniversary and our 10th inauguration ceremony, I would just like to throw a little light on where this group all started from. I know the inauguration ceremony have taken over our anniversary ceremony because today is actually our birthday. We've been around for 6 years. I know people have been seeing us, seeing the young guys around, carrying on some meaningful projects, and don't know where they all originated from. But before I can give you a little short story about Indiana Young Men Association, I will first of all want to recognize some of the people, the backbones of the organizations, some of those who built the pillar or the foundation that we are building on today. I will want to first of all recognize Mr. Elisha Harris. I know Mr. Weber Bani is not here today. He's one of those people that all first came up with the idea. Mr. Riscopo as well, he's not here. And Mr. Jeremiah Saleh, he was part of us when they all started. In 2016, I want to recognize this Vera Hamoud. It started right in our house. You know, great things always start small. When we first met in Sis Vera house to have this first meeting and we're coming together as young people, it was just from Elisha Harris, Wilbur Bonnie, and the rest of the folks that I named previously. And these guys sat down and said, gentlemen, we can just be in the town and go to party, drinking alcohol. Why can't we come together as an organization? That was the first idea. And when this started, the information starts to go around. We started to attract young minds, people with different ideas, opinions as to how can we direct this organization. Luckily for all, we had some brilliant minds, Jeremiah Saleh and the rest of the other folks. We had our first meeting at Sis Vera House, had a second meeting at Sis Vera House. Subsequently, we went at all event center. That's where we had our first election. But before our first election, I was appointed as the first chairman of this institution. Let me just say that first. So I was the first institution, and I told it to the first democratically elected president that brought into power Mr. Emerson Tuva. And not to tweak my own horns, when I'm in organization, I hate sitting in the back.
Okay, I think you people have heard just portion of that. Some of you who never knew where we came from and how far we have come. That just some of the story of this organization. And I just, because today I want to appreciate my guys and appreciate everybody. So I want to take you straight to the president or the actual inauguration, the induction ceremony into office. So I know, don't leave us. You're just going to see a little portion of the induction ceremony. Then we listen to our president inaugural speech. Then we go to something different. So stick and still as I play this part of it. Thank you.
An oath of office by our most important guest on this program tonight, which is Sis Facia Hilton. Let us give her a hand, God.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please pardon my voice. Of all times, this is when I'm homesick to come and grab me, but please pardon my voice. When Logan asked me, when he called me on Saturday to ask me if I could render the oath of office, it was an honor to do this. And I want to let you guys know that I don't take this lightly. And you all here don't take it lightly. As he said, this can indict you. So please take it seriously. So without further ado, let's get started. We will start with the Vice President. Mr. Ernest Madison. Can you lift your right hand? And please repeat after me. I,
Ernest Madison,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of Vice President of Indiana Young Men Association and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Indiana Young Men Association. Congratulations. And now we'll have the General Secretary, Roland Acquit. Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of the General Secretary of Indiana Young Men Association and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Indiana Young Men Association. Congratulations. And now we will call the Financial Secretary, Watkins Johnson. Please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Financial Secretary of Indiana Young Men Association and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Indiana Young Men Association. Congratulations.
Make I tell you something now, yeah. You wait until you know, yeah, yeah. You know that I be my money, I know, yeah. But now you have to go. This is how I feel for you. This is how I feel.
Now, we will call the Chief of Chiefs, the Chief of Staff, Honorable Alvin Magali. Would you please stand?
Everybody got to stand. No. Everybody got to stand.
I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of Indiana Young Men Association and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Indiana Young Men Association. So help me God. Congratulations.
So, congratulations to my dear brother, Honorable Alvin S. Bangila. You just saw the induction ceremony. Now we're just going to just play little. We're not going to play the president entire speech, but we'll just play at least portion of the president entire speech, because the president had like 5 pages or something like that. So we're just going to play at least a little portion of it, and we can go to the other part of the program tonight. Mr. Javier Bangila. So let's go directly to the president, and let's hear what the president have to say to us. The president first started with the capable is not available, the available become capable. So you are following us tonight. Let me just play the president's speech from right here. Okay. Okay. Hold on.
It feels so great to have such beautiful and handsome people like you out here tonight. I believe that you are here because of me, my team of officials. I also want to believe that you are here because of our association agenda and the reason why we associate. If time to permit me, I will recognize you all individually. However, since we have to eat, dance, and drink to the best of our ability, I do not want to subject you to any other delay because our time is fasting. However, let me take this time to recognize my first lady who would have loved to be here today. But unfortunately, schedule could not permit her. I also like to recognize the rest of my family and friends out here tonight. Our elders who still challenge us to be better leaders. To our spiritual leaders, thank you always for your day-to-day prayer. The leaders of area here present, head of various library organizations, library business owners, professionals, community members, our past leaders, and the guardian members of our area. Your presence and your time are highly appreciated. Thank you all for coming. Our area, that is the Indiana Young Men Association, is a non-political association whose goal is to bring together the young and not so young, elders, not yet elders within our community, demonstrating that we all share more in common than those few things we sometimes have as differences. Moreover, our area serves as a family where young men not knowing each other tribe and tribal identity, and we are great young men. We are great young men with unique differences, upbringings, and opinions. Agree and disagree on principles and not sentiments. This leadership will not only ensure we sit on the old march, but we will continue on those steps that worked for the previous leadership of our RMA as we innovate new methods to retain our current members, encourage non-active members to become active as we move to higher heights, and to recruit new members within our ranks and far. My leadership will explore all resources to fully provide activities and programs that are already provided by our various cities for the children of our area and the children of the entire community. We all know the detrimental effects created by divisive politics, finger-pointing, backbiting, and the rest of the vices that tend to divide us more than unite us, as with our community. Therefore, Indian Government Association is projecting to continuously
You better grab the paper.
work with other leaders of various diaspora organizations to include African organizations in the religious value with the goal of promoting peace and unity among Liberians and their surroundings. I believe that our community will become great when we start to promote each other's activities, businesses, and all community concerns.
Yes.
Therefore, my leadership will not only work with various community leaders, but will increase our innovation and effectiveness. This leadership will not just listen to our peers, but also collaborate with all leaders and organizations to learn how young people can integrate and partake in various Liberian organizations in and around India. Contrary to the speculations, the lies, and the unjustifiable allegations that are being disseminated against our association, it is not our goal to survive or compete against our elders. Rather, we the young,
You gotta
we the young generation are sincerely seeking to be involved in responsible challenging actions to create more positive social change and avoid those things that have not been beneficial to the generation before us. Our leadership will continue its vision by involving the young generation in planning and decision making that affect them and others positively.
So, yeah.
We also look forward to an active partnership involving both young and elderly groups that are structured to allow both groups to teach and contribute to each other's success. On the other hand, I want to take this time to acknowledge that our elders role in the community will not only be limited or confined to their various homes, families, workplaces, and places of worship. Rather, it should expand towards everything that we do, that we plan and do as a community. Also, it is about time for our seniors to play a more active role in this community by leading the way.
Yeah.
Leaving those footprints that the young can tell where their steps were solid or where the ground was slippery. We also call on all those who have ingrained within us good morals to follow us, cheering us along the way. Reassuring, redirecting, reinforcing those good leadership tricks they learned from their forefathers. It is time to get off the sideline and lead. For those who cannot lead, can follow.
Exactly.
And for those who cannot lead or follow, to have the confidence and the trust that together we can steer the ship in its right course.
Stop.
The day of that the people take are long past us. It is time for our leaders, those who are young in heart, mind, and spirit, to become more involved in how we are going to be led and who is going to lead us. It has always been the stance of our men to encourage its members to maintain active involvement in various organizations, to practice, learn, and when opportunity presents itself, to lead in good order and discipline. As I can see, everyone's feet are starting to twitch and are becoming restless. So start showing us the dance move.
Oh, yeah.
Clear the area from their parents. Let me close with these few lines. As it is said, if you want to go far, go. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. You can't make the impossible possible if you can't make yourself available. I cannot help but wonder why it is written that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. If we go together in unity, we all have an opportunity to share our time and chances in aiding, uplifting, and encouraging each other. In unity, there is only one major outcome. We will achieve more.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arvin S. Bangila, president of the Indiana Young Men Association. So you saw it, and Mr. Bangila just make it clear that under his administration, he will not overlook any organization in town here for short. He will collaborate. He will work with every other organizations in town here to seek the common good of the community, the common benefits that the community has, that every young child or older person can benefit from. So he will utilize every resources possible. So those of you that listen to his speech just now, it's just a little sum cap of what he was saying. And Mr. Bangila also said, contrary to what people thought that this organization was funded for, it was all myth, and he provided some clarities. And under Mr. Bangila administration, as he stated, there will be a 360 transformation, and he's not going to undo what the past leadership was doing or ever did. But what he's going to do, he's going to implement some new policy, and which, of course, I say, Mr. Bangila, thank you, my dear brother. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to hear. Because I say this, right? This community, when it comes to the issues of the community, how to unite a community, it's not one person thing. It's collective thing. It's everybody. You, me, small girl, big boy, everybody who live here. It is our responsibility to help change this community. So today, Bangila is the president, and he's saying what he would do. Let's get together. Let's work together. Let's change this community together. We can do it together if we work together. That's the only way we can bring the change that we all yearn for. Our new administration, Mr. Arvin S. Bangila, as he stated, it's not just him that can just grab all of the changes that we all pray for to come, but it is everybody who live here, small child, big person, everybody collective efforts. We all need to wrap hands around him. Every organization that exists in town here need to also acknowledge and wrap hands around Mr. Bangila for us to work for the common good of this community. Because if we don't, who will hurt? It hurt the community. It hurt the younger ones who are coming up. It hurt the older ones who have already existed or live here for some time and feels that there's a need that we put this community together. So, like Mr. Bangida said in his speech, there are so many things that we can all do together if we come together as a community. And I'm calling on all of the organizations, Sister Love, the Men's Association, the Chilano, all the organizations that intern here. Let's come together and let's change our community. Let's change our community because no one person can do it. Mr. Bangila trying, he will try. I did mine, and other people in different capacity trying to do theirs. But we all can work together for the common good of the community. That would be a very good thing to do if we all work for the common good. Because, like I said, I can do it alone. No one leader can do it alone. Nobody should fool you say they have all of the qualities of a leader to change things in their way or they alone can do it. That's a myth. That's a big black lie. The same way there's this saying, no man is an island. That's the same old thing. You will have all the qualities, you will have all the ideas, but you will have to work with people to help you steer the affairs of your ship. So today, as Mr. Bangila is preparing to steer this ship, I'm calling on all of my guys, all of the members of our MA, sympathizer of our MA, organizations, civil society groupings that intern here, churches, the malls, whatever group intern here. Let us all work together for one common good. And that will be so good for us. That will be so good for us. We can do it if we come together as one family. We cannot do it when we are divided. Divided can never succeed. There's only unity. That's why the president said in his closing speech, he said, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. But when you want to walk far, go as a group. Go as a group. That's why we, the Indiana Young Men Association group of guys, came together. We have named and styled ourselves as Indiana Young Men Association because we don't want to go fast. We want to go far. This is a Zion train that have left the terminal, and it's about to expand like the way the Romans did it in those days. Our goal is not just have 4 or 5 men. Our goal is to bring intensive transformation to where we live. And we are committed to that. Evident that we have stayed together for 6 unbroken years. We are anything. We are any character assassination. People try, they couldn't succeed because the when they saw people who character is as strong as rock. Because when your character is so strong, you don't need people to defend you. The character defends you. So, Mr. Alvin Bangila is the president, just got elected. Hopefully next week, because right now he's putting all his documents together. We are going through the transition process, turning everything into his name, into the organization, or Secretary General, and all the rest of the new folks who were elected. So they're receiving all of their documents, and when they go through peruse then and everything, do their auditing, then they will come up here and sit down on a Logan's hour and talk to the community and talk about some of the new promises that they are willing to bring to the community. So notwithstanding, keep your eyes open and let's support our own brother Alvin Sa Bangira. Okay, in other news, I'm a little tired. In other news, well, I have received tons of calls. I have received text messages, and I have been confronted in open space by people who know me, people who cared about me, and people who concerned about what they have been hearing all the time. And if you're just joining us, we are on the Logan's Hour. I want you to please share the show, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Thank you. Alrighty, thanks for your patience. So I have been confronted by family members and everybody who knows me, who cares about me, who really want to see me do better, and who has been praying for me all the time. And trust me, their concern is we heard this in the air and we heard people talking about it from street corners and everywhere. And once upon a time, we heard your name was on Facebook and people talking about you, about your intention in the community. We just want to be sure if that is the truth so we can start memorializing and going to people we know. And we want to hear that from you. So I told them, you know why? I understand why people have those kind of concerns and why people felt because I wasn't speaking it out. So uh, I was just trying to be quiet about it. But it isn't that I wanted to be quiet about it. I'm one person who loved to abide by laws that governs any institution, regardless that institution may be big or that institution may be small, but whatever laws that is governing that institution, I have to respect that laws. So at the time, I was the president of Indiana Young Men Association, and my tenure expired because the Constitution of Indiana allows the president to go for his term, and each term is 2 years. And I was elected in 2019. So I served my term, and because of COVID, after my terms elapsed, my guys came together in one of the meetings and said, because of COVID, we want you to just have this little probational period, which is 6 months, to at least continue that we can have the news course of people who will have interest and put the need down to the election commission and follow the guidelines and meet all of the requirements. Then we go to election. So I appointed the election commissioner. The election commissioner put up their guidelines, and those people who apply for the positions, the election commissioner went through all of the qualification process, and they were qualified. Then the election commissioner gave a date of the election, and we went through the election. Though before the election, people were calling and asking how to concern about my intention. And I was so honest to everybody. I told you clearly, hey, listen, currently, I have no intention. Currently, I cannot speak to that subject. The reason I can speak to that subject, because I am the president. And there's a clause within this constitution that forbids me to even discuss anything about politics out there or being president of any other organization. That would be so disrespectful to the members of Indiana Young Men Association. As you are the president, then you're talking about running for another community election. That I felt was so disrespectful to my guys. If anybody of such were going to just, are going to say, hey, secretly, oh, I want to run. And the person go to any of my guys and say, oh, our president considering running for it. You know how disrespectful that is? You know how I could be impinged? You know how I could ruin my own character? So I respected that clause within the Constitution of Indiana Yomi Association. After the election was over, it was speculated again. Oh, the election is over now. The mayor about to talk it. The man want to run in the community. Yet instead, I respected the Constitution because I believe I would stay the president. All I needed to do to wait after the inauguration, meaning I will no longer be president. I will be a regular flow member. I can decide what I want to do with my life. The day of the inauguration, people kept coming again. Some of my friends met me at the park and be like, hey, let's talk. Oh, we heard this. Tell if that's true. I say, listen, I have few hours to the inauguration. And I cannot say anything right now after the inauguration. And people are like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got to, I say, listen, I'm a respecter of law. Even if I had another position in any other organization, what a secretary general, financial secretary, treasurer, or whatever position I feel that ties me, that I cannot occupy the two capacity at the same time, I will resign one before I can contest for another one. It makes no sense for me to hold two key positions in two organizations. Even if the Constitution do not say that, morally, that's what I would do. That's the best thing to do. So even regardless how I am in presidency, if I was secretary general, financial secretary, treasurer, or whatever in any other organization, I want to resign one before I can go for the other one. Because I cannot hold two tedious positions. I cannot be financial secretary and be president of a group. And moreover, my group is not political. So nobody expected me to talk about that. But having said that, I have met with the old people. I have met with the young people. I have met with the church leaders. We have conducted a survey. We have gone for communities to know the needs and wants of the people living in this community. We have been so many places, and we have come to the realization that we are participating in this November election of LDI. We will be on the ticket. We will be a contending force, and this election is going to be interesting. We have gone from places. We know what the community needs. We know what the young people need. We have cut across. We have paid our dues. And now we can humbly say that we will be in this race. Come November 2022, Philip S. Logan will be your contestant. And I will be on a ticket, and I will represent my people of the Liberian Association of Indiana. Take this to the bank. And to all of my folks who have called me, to all of those who have called me and say, hey, Mr. Logan, we want to know why you're not declaring your intention. The reason I couldn't say because I was the president of the Indiana Yomi Association. Currently, I'm a member. I have the right to contest for any election. And what makes me to contest for the Liberian Association election? Because I'm a citizen of Liberia 1. I'm a resident of Indiana. I'm a dues paying member, and I'm in compliance. So take this to the bank. I will be on the ticket come November. So all of my supporters, all of my old people who have called me, all of the young people who know the work I do, all of who have seen what I have done, don't sit back. Get on this train. This train is leading to victory. Let's unite this community. Let's change this community together. Get on the train. Regardless of our political differences, regardless where we are having common, let's get on this train that is ready to change. Whatever idea you have, wherever you are, come on and let's change this community together. Tonight, I will not be here too long. I have let the cat out of the bed. Everybody who need to know, now you know. I say good night and have a good dream. Bye-bye.